Welcome to the BCFS podcast. I'm your host, Charles Bowles, and this is my co-host, Daniel Winters. Well, if you're listening to this or watching it today, I'm currently in Las Vegas for CES 2019, actually. This will be the first time BCFS ever goes to CES, actually. It's quite amazing that we were able to pull some strings and, attend one of the largest tech conventions, probably, I want to say, almost in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still pretty jealous I'm not getting to go, but it's okay. We'll get through it. We'll get through it.
I mean, I'll invite you next year. Is that okay with you?
I suppose.
Okay. You never know what will happen. I mean, CES, it's one of the biggest tech conferences, like I mentioned, and there's so many things that happen there, where they're going to have about almost 4,500 companies going to be there. I mean, I expect we'll see like Samsung, Asus.
I know AMD is there.
AMD will be there. NVIDIA will be there.
Their CEO, she's doing one of the keynotes I saw.
Yes. Alienware. I mean, we're expecting some big name companies and vendors to where I'll just lose my mind, honestly. And at least from what I've read, the attendance this year will be almost 200,000 people.
That's huge.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. And I'm not super prepared for it. Like, mentally I'm prepared, but I don't know if I'm fully ready yet, honestly.
What do you mean? You get to go and listen to a whole bunch of really cool stuff get announced.
Oh, I know. And, I mean, it's the future of technology. Like, the reason I proposed going to this conference and everything is, I mean, we are, like, sure, we're data processing and everything, but we're so technology-oriented and everything. And, I mean, I can look up anything that happens online on the internet and, see what's coming up with tech and everything. And, of course, I can look up what's happening in CS, but to be over there and actually witness it and listen to, all those sessions happening.
Well, and it's I think it's completely different getting it from, the source's mouth and getting to actually see the demos and the demonstrations and to get to go and talk to them. And it's a big difference compared to just looking it up online and seeing what's there.
It is very much different. And, I mean, I'm expecting to see a lot of different things. Like, I will primarily go, for the benefit of our company and for our sister company, like, see how electronic money is going to be, moving along in the future, see where Bitcoin is going, and see how all of that's going to affect, companies like our bank or, affect us in general.
Well, and I mean, like we've talked about before, we cover such a broad range of things, even outside of the banking sector. We touch on lots of different things. So, we do all of our PCs are custom built. So being able to go and have those conversations with companies like Intel and, I don't know who else is going to be there, but Crucial.
I expect everyone to be there. And I don't know, maybe we can make some connections, maybe beneficial partnerships later. That would be awesome. I mean, we may not get that partnership with like Intel or, Crucial. We may get, their vendor and make a partnership with them. That would be super beneficial to us.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like you said, we just don't do data processing. And, like, we build computers and everything. We do CCTV also. And access control. And I expect all of that to be there. Like, anything and everything. Because you'll see anything related with health and technology, sports. I mean, of course, video games and then entertainment. You'll see, like, how the future of cars will turn out, too. Like,
that's pretty cool.
Self-driving and all that.
They've been doing a lot of work with that, so I'd be interested in where they're coming with it, because I know they kind of had a few major blunders. I think that was last year.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested in what they're doing to turn that around and get back on that path, because that'll be a huge advancement for the world.
I know 1 or 2 years ago, I think at CES, I think NVIDIA had mentioned something about, aside from their whole, like, line of, gaming cards and workstations, they started focusing also on vehicles. Yeah.
I didn't know NVIDIA was doing any work with vehicles, so that's... I mean, we know with all of the touchscreens and stuff, you've got their graphic processing is there.
Yeah. And, I mean, going there's just a lot of history. I mean, it's grown since, I believe over here it says since 1970, and that it's been going on for so long.
It started in 1967.
Oh yeah, 1967.
So.
In New York, actually, not even in Vegas. Which,
Mhm.
if I do recall, before I had signed up and everything, to throw the pitch for going, they actually still hold a portion of CES in New York a few months before the actual main event. And I was not aware of that, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So what made you draw to CES? What kind of put that idea in your mind to go? Because I know you were the start of even bringing it up that we would go. So.
Well, like I mentioned before, we're so tech oriented, and myself, I love just being up to date in technology and everything. I hate being behind. I love to be ahead of the curve and everything on that part, and just figuring out like what's going to happen, and I find that really important. Like,
It changes so fast.
it does.
I mean,
Technology, what was it? Almost 10 years ago when people said like technology jumps in,
mhm.
in a span of, I think, what was it, 10 years?
Something like I'm not sure.
I
but-
can't remember the whole thing behind it and everything, but
Well, as simple as when I was at Ignite over just late last year, Microsoft had put together 2 years prior. They had put together a cluster, a virtual cluster, and they were measuring IOPS.
right.
They doubled that in 2 years with less servers. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how fast technology is changing and growing, and that was because of an introduction of a new storage mechanism
Yeah.
using the storage class memory. So those advancements are happening that are making huge leaps and bounds. So staying on top of it's incredibly important, and it's difficult to do.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think CES is a great move to get into because of the fact that it does put all of that stuff in one place
Correct.
to help keep us up to date.
Yeah, very much. And I mean, like you said, I'll be able to witness like what leaps and bounds and technically what these companies are like. This is what we have planned for 2019 and for how long, and then of course next year it may be like we've changed our plans or we've made a bigger leap since then,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll just be amazing to see in
Yeah.
general. Like, I don't even remember what sessions I've booked. I know most of it is just banking related, but I do plan on swinging by like most of the companies we kind of deal with. Well, not deal with, but we purchase parts from, because I do want to see how like Intel is moving, Samsung. I know ASRock will be there, and just all of them in general.
Mm-hmm. Well, and even the companies that we don't necessarily currently do business with, where are they at? What are their product offerings? What does it look like
Right.
in the future for them? Because it swings and shifts one way to the other
Yeah.
all the time. That well, maybe this would be the best option this year, but next year this other manufacturers come up with a better product.
hmm
So
And it won't be me. That's the only one going. We have one of our other coworkers, Chris. He'll be going.
Yep.
Sadly, he's out working on location again, so
yeah,
he
it's
wasn't
been
able to partake in this.
it's been very very busy time around here trying to get some projects done.
Very busy. Yeah.
So.
But
But he should hopefully be able to join us once you guys get back and kind of go over what happened there while you were there and
yeah, and
what you found out.
hopefully, like I mentioned earlier, this will be mostly. Well, this is after we go and everything, but I know this is before. Sorry, but after we come back and everything, we'll have a new podcast. It might be longer. You never know. And we'll just talk about what happened and everything.
Oh, I bet we could go on for days with some of the stuff that you guys see there.
I imagine we could. But
But
other than that, if you want, you can follow us on our social media and everything. Follow us on Twitter. If anything, I might be posting on there.
that
during
would
the
be a
event.
really cool idea.
It'll be from our BancCentral. What is it? BancCentral, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter.com/BancCentral. Or you can just look at hashtag CES 2019, and you'll see everything that's going on there, and probably posting photos of it on our Facebook page and everything. But it'll be a fun time. So
Yeah,
definitely enjoy it.
can't wait to see what you come back with.
Yeah, can't wait either.
So.
Yep.